Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are now on part 3 of the 9.1 update changes, and we're going to be going over here all the British tanks and all the European tanks. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the video here with the Fv217B. Now, the changes are going to be armor thickness in the hull's upper Glacis plate will be decreased by 19mm, vehicle's durability will be increased by 150 HP, reload time will be decreased by 1 second, and the penetration value of the HE shell will be increased by 50mm. View range will also be decreased by 5 meters. Alright, let's break these down real quick. So, the upper Glacis plate nerf is kind of, I don't really know why that's even happening. It's pretty small, or not small. It's not huge though, so I don't think it's going to matter that much. It's getting 150 more HP though, which is very nice, and the reload is dropping by a second, which is amazing because this has so bad of DPM. The DPM is so bad on this. Alright, because of the nerf they had before. So yeah, very glad to see it going back. And then the HE is going to be busted on this tank now. It already has HESH. It's already like 110mm. It looks going to be like 160mm of HE pin, which is pretty busted. So yeah, Fv217B going to be back to being a pretty good tank, it looks like, which I'm very excited about. Fv4005 now, let's go over it. Number of shells in the magazine will be increased by 1. Reload time between shells and magazine will be decreased by 0.5 seconds. Burst speed will be decreased by 3 kilometers. Damage of the standard shell will be decreased by 50 HP, and reload time of the full magazine will be increased by 4 seconds. Penetration value of the standard shell will be increased by 10mm. Alright, so basically, the Fv4005 is getting a 4th shell. The alpha will be going down by 50 down to 410, and so 410 times 4, that's going to give you what is that going to give you? 410 times 4 is going to be 1640 clip potential. So yeah, that's a buff for the clip potential by quite a lot, I would say. That doesn't seem right because it's going down by 50. I guess still with 400 alpha, yeah. Alright, 1640 damage potential from the Fv4005 and a 0.5 second less magazine reload time. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So I think the Fv4005 is going to be a pretty good buff from that guy, because that is huge damage. That is huge. All right, Fv217 Badger. Hull traverse speed will be increased by 10 degrees, which is a lot. Reload time will be decreased by 1 second. Armor thickness in the whole sides will be increased by 25, and the dispersion will be increased by 0.02. So big buffs coming to the Badger here. Already has very good DPM, and it's going to be getting even better. The traverse speed is going to be getting much better, and it's going to be getting better side armor. So yeah, I think the Fv217 Badger is going to be pretty OP with that new DPM. Alright, the Vickers light now. View range will be decreased by 20 meters. Crossing capacity coefficient will be increased for ground by 9 and water 15. Dispersion at 100 meters will be decreased by 0.029. The AP's shells will go to AP shells. Penetration of the center shell will be increased by 10, and armor thickness of the gun mantle will be decreased by 27mm. So really not many big changes to the Vickers light, other than the fact that view range now is going to be lower than the Sheridans, because the Sheridans is getting buffed, so it will no longer be, better, have that super good view range, and the Sheridan will be better. It's going to be getting a bit better accuracy and a little bit better pin, and that gun mantle nerf is really minimal because it's not actually the troll part of the mantle, so yeah, not super big changes to the Vickers light. Alright, now the 183. Alright, concealment factor while stationary and while moving will be decreased. Reverse speed will be increased by 2 kilometers an hour. Penetration value of standard shell will be increased by 10. Dispersion will be decreased by 0.019. And dispersion of turret traverse will be decreased by 0.02. For some reason, Wargaming thinks it's a good idea to make the 183 more accurate, which is not good. So that's going to suck. Don't like that. Just no. Why? Bully. Ignore. Alright, Super Conqueror now. Vehicle durability will be increased by 150 HP. Armor thickness in the whole size will be increased by 25, and the traverse speed will be decreased by 10 degrees a second. Alright, so a lot more HP, which I am glad about as someone who absolutely loves the Super Conqueror, and then the better armor on the whole sides will be very nice as well. Now, only stinky thing is getting much worse turret traverse speed, because the turret traverse speed is absolutely amazing right now. It's so good, and it's very nice. Yeah, That's very sad, though. Alright, now the Fv272 APCR is going to AP. Dispersion is going to be increased to by 0.019. Front hull armor will be increased by 73 millimeters, and front turret armor will be increased by 49 and 20 in different places. So yeah, this is going to be amazing. The Fv4202 will have AP shells now. The front hull armor is going to be getting much better, and the front turret armor is going to be getting much better. So yeah, finally, well, not finally, I already think the Fv4202 is a very good tank, and now it's finally going to have good armor as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be pretty busted. Alright, Progetto M40 Mod 65 now. Engine power will be increased by 43 HP, very specific number. I don't know why it's just 40 or 50, but anyway. It's going to be getting AP shells, and the dispersion at 100 meters will be decreased by 0.01. Pretty small changes to the Progetto, getting a little faster, getting a little bit better shells, and getting a tiny bit better accuracy. So yeah, not big changes come to the Progetto, but they're all buffs. Alright, now we have the Chronogram. The turret traverse speed will be increased by 3 degrees. The armor thickness in the hull's upper and lower Glacis plate will be decreased by 10 millimeters. The reload times for the auto-reloading shells will be changed by plus 1.47 seconds, 0, and minus 1.47 seconds. Basically, what they're doing to the Chronogram is giving it a tiny bit better turret traverse, giving it a tiny bit worse front hull armor, and switching the reloads with the front and last shell. So now your third and last shell in your magazine, the one you'll reload last, will reload the quickest. So the way now you're going to want to play the Chronogram is you're going to want to, and now I actually like this personally because I would prefer having more shells in my clip just often, is going to be that the first shell will take the longest to reload, so when you're not going to be wanting to be using it as a one-shot gun with the last shot, after you empty your clip, you're going to be doing it with the first one, which I like because you can shoot someone, and by the time they're gone, you reload quicker, and then you can shoot them again, you reload quicker, and then you dump their clip out on them and they're dead. I think that's much better for, dealing with someone 1v1ing. It will be much better. So I like the changes to the Chronogram there. Alright, TVP T5051 now. Crossing capacity coefficients will be increased for road by 45, for ground by 35, and for water by 17. Vehicle durability will be decreased by 50 HP. APCR is going to AP. Reload time will be increased by 1 second on the magazine, but the shell interclip will be decreased by 5.5 seconds, and dispersion after firing will be decreased by 1. So basically now TVP is going to be having much quicker interclip reload, and it's actually getting a DPM buff because the interclip, since there's 4 shells, there's 3 interclips, it's dropping by 1.5 seconds, and the reload for the full magazine is only dropping by about a second, so it's getting basically a half second off your cumulative reload, and getting much better accuracy after, firing the shell. Alright, now moving on to the 60 TP, the vehicle durability will be decreased by 100, hull traverse speed will be increased by 4 degrees, and engine power will be decreased by 40 HP. So pretty minor changes here, tiny bit less HP, a little bit better traverse, and it'll be a tiny bit slower to getting up to speed. So that is it for here, the British and the European tanks, guys. Let me know what you thought about these changes down below in the comments. I like quite a few of them. There's really not many I didn't like. Really just the, which one was the one I didn't like? Or really just the 1A3. That's about it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts are on all these changes. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.